Hey there guys, it's JD from vitalitybyjd.com, and I wanted to have one more little chat with you guys before we move on to some more fun stuff like what I eat videos, recipes, and workouts, all that fun stuff that I know you guys love. But I first just wanted to have a quick chat with you today because of a comment that I saw on one of my other videos. It kind of brought up this whole thing, and really it's been going on for me for the past couple weeks anyway, so I just wanted to talk to you guys about it and give you guys my opinion on something. So the comment was on a video that I had made comparing the low-fat raw vegan diet to the paleo diet. It was mostly just saying, pointing out what this person thought was good aspects of the paleo diet and wondering if I had considered any of those. And so anyway, I just wanted to say that I am not one of the low-fat raw vegan people that think that the paleo diet is our evil twin. I actually respect the paleo diet a lot. There's a lot of things in the paleo diet that are beneficial in lots of ways. I think that the problem that arises is, well, one of the problems anyway, is that people who follow the paleo diet don't necessarily do a lot of research into the diet itself, into the background of the diet and all of that sort of thing. And so they end up eating, thinking it's kind of like a bacon free-for-all or just like a meat free-for-all, and just eat a bunch of meat and stay away from carbs and you'll be good. And I don't think that that's really the message of paleo. But I'm not here to talk about paleo. I'm not going to sit here and hash out the paleo diet by any means. But it's worth noting, I think, especially in our community, because we tend to be so closed off to other ways of thinking about eating, that the paleo diet has, one, a lot of members who feel like they have benefited from eating this way, and two, we've had people from the low-fat raw vegan community, or even just a vegan, high raw diet, that's okay. We've had a lot of people from this side feel like they weren't getting everything and decide to start eating meat, and then they feel better. And so it's not something that we should just ignore. It's especially if you are in the nutrition field trying to figure out what is the best diet for you, and then this is not something that you want to ignore, or even what's the best diet for your clients or people that you're trying to help and that sort of a thing. For me, it's been a big eye-opener lately, and a big, mind opener really, because I decided to study the paleo diet. And before I had read about the paleo diet, just kind of on blogs and that sort of thing, and I knew what it was about, I thought anyway, but I had never really done a lot of research around it, and so a series of events led me to study the paleo diet. And so I studied a lot of the, history of how it evolved and different things, ideas behind it, and it was, really interesting. It opened up my mind, and among other things, I was studying other things too that really helped me to see that maybe the low-fat raw vegan isn't the only diet for everyone. And I've had this thought before, but I was always drawn to the fact that, I always wanted to know what was the one diet, what was the right diet. And for me, low-fat raw vegan works very well. But I've noticed that a lot of people that come up to me or that come to me for help, it's not necessarily working as well as it did for me. And so my mind is now open to other possibilities, and to, hearing stories from people who say that they've switched their diet to, more meat, and a lot of symptoms cleared up, and even with some local people that I have been in contact with, hearing stories of people who literally would get sick and gain weight from anything other than meat. Like, their diet consists of all meat, and that's the way that they have to be healthy. And so while those things are hard to hear, when you feel like you value something, or when you feel like you know something on a deep level, you know, we have to also be open. I think that we also need to be open to the fact that there may be other ways that are right for other people. And so, of course, for me, the biggest issue still is that it brings up is the ethical issue, the moral issue of killing animals for food when we don't necessarily need to. And this is still a hard one, because for me, you know, I could see so clearly how when we adopted a vegan diet, a healthy vegan diet, that not only does it help us, but it heals the planet as well, because there's a lot of issues that are created simply from eating, from our predominant thing being meat. From having to raise cattle and cut down forests, and with the way that the cows are raised, and it's just a lot of issues that come up that hurt our planet in a big way. And I'm sure that you know, we all know, that our planet it's on the brink. You know, we are really pushing it. We're really toying with our own fate, with the state that our planet is in, and how little we're doing to really change that. And so for me, the idea of eating meat really brought up a bunch of those issues again. About, you know, like, I understand if it's okay, if it makes somebody feel better, if it is actually what they need in their body, because everybody's different. If they need meat to feel 100%, then that should be their right to eat that meat. But when is it the individual versus the group? And so anyway, that's where I wanted to say that I respect paleo, because I respect it because, yes, it would be wonderful if we could all be vegan, if we could all, you know, feel 100% healthy and heal our bodies without choosing to eat any animal products. But if you're going to eat animal products, then at least in the paleo community with the teachers, they actually push, you know, eating locally, sustainably, humanely as you can get, grown meats, animals, you know, they at least support a style that would also support our earth. So while I don't necessarily feel like it still would make my stomach turn to feel like eating meat, because I've thought about it, I was like, you know, do I want to include meat? Because there's a lot of other things that I can talk about in another video that made me question whether or not we do need meat or some type of animal products to be 100% healthy. And we can talk about that another time. I'm already rambling a lot, but right now, so I had questioned this and I had considered it, but it was like any time that I even thought about eating meat, my stomach still turned, you know. But at least if you feel the need to eat meat, at least there's a group of people who promote eating meat that are saying that you need to eat it in a way that our earth can sustain it. And so that's really important to me, and I feel like we should respect the paleo people and the paleo diet for that, and also because we have so much more in common than we have not. I mean, if you think about all the things that the paleo diet excludes, it's pretty much all the stuff that we exclude, except for they tend to eat no grains, and we tend to include some grains, as long as you do not, have an intolerance to it. And the things that we do eat are the same, except for, you know, the little bit of grains, and then on this side a little bit of meat or animal products or what, you know, whatever it is. And some of paleo people don't even feel like they need a lot of meat. It's just a little bit here and there whenever their bodies are telling them to. And of course there's a lot of other paleo people too, just like there's people in the 80-10-10 movement or the low-fat raw vegan movement that don't do their research or that don't understand the ins and outs of the diet. There's the same thing on the paleo side, and they're taking it in a whole different level. But if you get down to the core of what the paleo message is, it's very similar to ours, and we could still achieve the same goal, I believe, of making this a healthy world if people actually knew how to eat meat in the right way. So anyway, I'm not saying that you need to eat meat by any means. I still think that a vegan diet is possible. You can be healthy on a vegan diet. So anyway, I think you guys get my idea here. And, don't worry, I'm not switching over to a paleo diet. I'm not like gonna be showing you recipes on how to cook meats and that sort of thing anytime soon. But I just wanted to talk about that because there is a lot of like butting heads and a lot of just fighting, I guess, amongst each other or towards each other, some animosity, that sort of a thing, towards these groups of people, when really we're working towards the same goal and we have a lot of things in common. And sure, if you have an ethical dilemma with eating meat, then it's harder to see the good in the paleo diet or in any other diet that there's lots of other diets out there that help people heal, that would help support a healthy planet and all of these things. I don't know, I guess I just don't feel like we need to keep bantering against each other or competing really against each other in any way, because that's what it kind of feels like, is that we're always competing against the other diets and trying to win people over to our side kind of thing. And I don't think that that's necessary. I think that we need to help people reach a place that they feel very healthy in their body, no matter what those foods end up being, because ultimately they're not going to feel good on junk food, and they're not going to feel good on the way that Americans are eating right now and the way that the world, or a large part of the world, is eating, that is causing all of our issues right now. Just changing over to a very healthy diet, even if it includes animal products, even if it includes dairy, even if it includes eggs, even if it includes these things that we, don't consider healthy per se, it's still gonna... Alright, so I actually don't remember what I was saying now, but you guys get the idea. One way of looking at that I thought was helpful, about how there may be different diets for everybody, and is really just taking a look at how little we really know and how much actually changes in the field of nutrition all the time. And like that one part of me really wants to know everything about it and really wishes everything was concrete and easy like that. It's just not. We have a lot of differences in the way that our body works between person to person these days because of a lot of different issues in our environment and all kinds of things. Our bodies aren't working at all the same level. And one way that I was thinking about it the other day was that because I study a lot of different fields, and even in sciences that have been around for a long time, there's still people who are on either side of lots of issues. There's still things that are unknown. There's still things that get changed, the more that we know. Like, I was just hearing from someone the other day, and I'm sure this happened a while ago, but I didn't hear about it, was that the Brontosaurus never existed, Pluto isn't really a planet, all these things that you would think we would have had right. Like, how do you, mess up a Brontosaurus? I'm sure it's possible. I don't understand much about that science, so it's not like I can really talk about it, but a Brontosaurus is a big dinosaur, come on. But so if we can be wrong about all kinds of things in an incredible number of things in all these different sciences and all these different studies, then what makes us believe that we can be 100% right about everything in the field of nutrition when it's really a very baby science? It's like in its adolescence at the best. And it's one of those things that's hard to think about for me, because I want to know everything. I want to be 100% right all the time, don't we all? We all want to be 100% right? And so it's hard to consider that we may not ever know 100% of the time what works for everybody, you know? That there's still going to be guesswork, there's still going to be experimentation, there's still going to be all these what ifs and unknowns, and that's hard. So just opening ourselves to the idea that there could be more to know, that we could not, you know, have everything figured out, or that even one person couldn't have it all figured out. Someone we look up to even very much, you know, it's likely that they don't know everything, and that could be something that'll change in the future, something that we find that, you know, just changes the game around. And so we have to be open to the fact that our bodies ultimately will have to be our guide. Each individual body has to know what's right for them. But like I said, this is my last serious chat for a while. I just felt like this is something that I needed to say to get off my chest. And then, you know, I'll be having some fun recipes, fun workouts, and, you know, more what I eat videos and that sort of stuff coming up. Okay? So I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.